your heart that God carried you through the week of last week and you ready for the week of this week. And somebody can get rid of that reverb over there. Then somebody say amen.
Amen.
All right, it's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I'm proudly posted in the studio with your main man returning from the islands.
I wish, right? Tammy talking about you. Where you been with this tan? I'm like the West Side. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and I am elated, excited, exuberant. I'm ready. I am so glad to be back. You know what I miss most? Tamara Fair. It feels like I haven't seen you forever, although we were just together at a comedy show. But to be sitting next to you on
But
the radio.
you had a whole different energy at the comedy show. I'm so glad you got out. And
Right, I got out.
He was outside. But you had an opportunity to come outside and actually be among people and not nurses and doctors.
Yeah, because when you first invited me, my first mind was, yeah, I ain't gonna make it. I got too much going on. Then I said, you know what? I gotta get away from her. I gotta get away from this house. I gotta get outside.
You do know that people listen.
I know. I told her this joke though. I said, but listen, I'm glad I went, but sometimes we need a break. But there's been a lot going on.
But you know what? It has been a lot going on, but it's a lot of good going on too. I just don't understand. I pray for you every day because you literally have the world on your shoulders and on top of your head. And it hasn't even smashed your hair down.
And you know why? That's because while the world is on my shoulders, I'm sitting on the shoulders of God.
Yes, yes. You better come on and testify.
So I am excited. Everybody's doing great. I have not been here. You have once or twice.
What are you?
I haven't, but I'm excited.
You want to kick it off like that?
No, oh Lord Jesus. Oh God. I thought you was a new woman.
I got new stuff. I got new material.
But nevertheless, I am back and I had a great 2 weeks off. Somebody said, "Oh, you deserved the vacation." I said, "It wasn't a vacation. I just vacated from having to do some daily duties that allowed me to be with my family and take care of my family, which is great." Valencia is doing very well. She is a walking testimony. I don't know if you shared.
What? I didn't share everything because I thought I'd give you. I just asked the believers to pray, and that prayer is powerful. And we got the best prayer warriors in our arsenal because I didn't even tell them specifics, but that prayer took her out of the danger zone.
Yes, and for those of you that don't know, we hadn't shared on social media yet, so you're gonna get it here. On last Saturday, Valencia had a stroke, and she's already fighting cancer. And the crazy thing, God works in mysterious ways. Look, Gina Mouth, it is just so much, right? And so God prepares us for what's getting ready to happen. And we don't even know. I had shared with Tamara that I am a slight hypochondriac. When they told me I had high blood pressure and I got to take medicine, it caused me to just go crazy. I ran out of medicine. I said, I'm walking by faith and I'm not taking this medicine. And then I started having all these aches and pains. So I went to urgent care and I have been researching strokes and signs of it. And so Friday night I went to urgent care. They told me I wasn't having a stroke. I was all right to take the medicine. They gave me a new prescription. But then Saturday morning, Valencia turned to me and said, my mouth is numb. And I just thought, chemo side effects. And then the second time she said it was the slurred speech that I had read about. And so I jumped right up. I picked her up. She was standing there. She couldn't move. I picked her up, put her in the bed. I called my mother immediately. I said, you need to get here. We need help. She said, I know you need help. I said, no, I think Valencia's having a stroke. My mother pulled right up. I called and said, how far are you? She said, I'm getting off the expressway. I called 911. Ambulance and my mother arrived together. And within 40 minutes, we were at the hospital. They give her a drug. And the side effects are death or brain bleed. And I got nervous. So shout out to my first lady and pastor. I called them right away. My first lady is a neurologist. She said, give her the medicine, Marcel. It's 1 in 1,000 chance that she will die or brain bleed, but it'll help her. So she was in ICU for 2 days. I kept texting my family and friends, keep her in prayer. I said, our prayer is that the blockage is gone and what they thought they saw, they don't see anymore. And to God be the glory. They came back and said, the blockage is gone. They said, we think she had a stroke. Then the doctor said, she had a stroke, but the medicine helped clear the blockage. If you hadn't have got there in the time that you did, he said, you helped save your wife's life. And you two did amazing. So I'm just grateful. And listen, 2 days in the ICU, 1 day in the hospital, and the other day we were out. She was doing all her motherly duties like nothing. I just sat at home and her friend just told me, you just start crying. I'm like, because I just looked at her and I just started thanking God because God is a healer. He's a keeper. And so amongst all of that, God is still good.
He's still in the blessing business, and you have been blessed. But you know what, God? Could you just give them a break?
Now, I did pray that prayer too. I said, I know you know I'm strong, but bro, please.
But you know what? Like you said, you were researching. My sister, she's a emergency room nurse, right? Mm-hmm. And so she says that people come in there and say, you know, I came in here on my own volition, on my own free will. Yep. And then they say, okay, we got to keep you. Oh, no, I'm not staying. Well, what'd you come for? If you're not going to listen to the doctor, if you're not going to take the medicine, what you ask for it for?
Well, Gina got it. Look, Gina raising her hand. What you got, Gina?
Because I just want you to fix it and I can go ahead back to my schedule, right? That's what people think.
Yeah.
You're dead serious. It's also like the people on the plane. We're held up. No, we need to go right now. I don't care what's wrong with this plane. No,
I won't be one of those.
You got it. No,
well, that's true though, because when I found out I had blood pressure, remember I was in the ER, but then I still came to the UNCF, the Urban League gala, and Tabby had told everybody I was on the sick and shut-in list.
And you definitely said that.
And I probably should have, but I was like, no, you got to get me up out of here. I got tickets to this event.
This is a normal reaction. People go to seek help, and as soon as the doctor or the nurse, or it could even be the orderly, says one thing, they're like, okay, I'm good.
How long you go?
I just have to say one thing to Marcel, because he said the first person he called was his mama. And with stroke, it really is a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
So hit 911 right after you call your mother. But that's what men do, right? Or people do.
Well, no, I called because I was nervous.
When my nephew's having an asthma attack, and she called my mother in Chicago. She says, well, dial 911. And then, this is back before we had cell phones and stuff, right? She's like, hang up, call 911.
Then call me
back. And then call me right back, right? But it was so funny because what you do, you call your mama. I know. And I
was trying to make sure the kids, I wanted to make sure they were, because I couldn't take them. I'm like, I don't want her going to the ER by herself.
And I can't leave them by herself.
I can't leave them in this house.
And you can't take them.
Right? And I can't take them because that's going to be, shoot.
But they can start working on her at the house.
But they did. Well, you're true, because they did come. So thank God it worked. It worked because her left side of her body was, she was mouth was twisted. She couldn't move her arm or her leg, and so it was very scary. I will say that. But Gina is right. In the future, I will dial 911 first because seconds do matter. But I thought of Tammy because we had an incident before where Valencia kind of fainted in the house before I came to the radio, so I didn't come that day. And Tammy like, well, take it to the hospital. I was like, well, she said she don't want to go.
Yes.
And exactly, so I went with what she was going with, but I'm glad I didn't Saturday. I just knew, but those signs were just screaming at me. I'm like, God, thank you for preparing me, because if it was any other day and I didn't realize all the symptoms, I probably would have put her in the bed and just said, relax, lay down.
With all your medical wisdom.
Right. Well, anyway. Or what he read on the internet.
Or gave her ginger ale.
Gave her ginger ale. Okay,
you know, ginger ale.
So for that,
you know, black people, you know ginger ale. Don't act like ginger ale, some crackers.
Ginger is okay. Ginger ale is for liquor. And
oh my God!
And for upset stomach, this baby's face is twisted. You understand what I'm saying? Like literally, it's inspiration 13.
She wouldn't even drink. She couldn't even drink ginger ale.
Right? You would have fallen out of her.
Oh my God! Come on, go give her ginger ale.
Okay, we're off, right?
Yes. But we're on.
We're live on Facebook.
Okay. And Instagram.
Okay. As a Brunch authorized dealer, they stand guard over 1 million homes and businesses, ensuring safety 24/7, 365 days.
Right now?
I'm about to say, wait a minute.
I go. Well, let me make sure my schedule is clear tomorrow before I go, because I know. But just they have to keep it 24 hours. They have to, right? Because we have to make sure it is what it is. So I'm just that would be me.
Yeah, I think we all.
It's not just you.
It's most people say that. Right? We're trying to schedule it because we know.
And so what my sister says to those
people right now, I got time to be sick right
now.
now.
But you had time to come to the ER. You had time to come to urgent care. So what my sister says to them now is, when you come back here, you'll be dead. And she's a nurse.
Don't kill us all.
This is her medical scientific opinion that you are going to be gone by the time you come back.
Well, the urgent care doctor told me Friday, if your blood pressure is really high, I'm going to send you to the ER. Absolutely. And I said, well, don't take it right now.
Because I already know it's high.
Because I already know it's high. But I ain't got time to go to the ER. I got stuff to do. But it was high, but not stroke level high. So, which the testimony is my blood pressure has come down.
What if you don't go to the ER? You're not going to have anything to do.
Well, you're right, because we did. But that's how we think, unfortunately, because I guess more people think that way than not.
You know that poem, Emily Dickens? I would not stop for death, so it kindly stopped for me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Well, I thank God I'm here living.
I mean, that's crazy that you all, that's God only.
And Melissa even said the stroke is scarier than cancer.
Staying in your lane says, stop self-diagnosing.
I know, stay in your lane. I got to, because, Lord, I be having everything every other day.
What's up, Instagram? What's up, Facebook? Thank you so much for joining us.
Crazy. Wasn't it all God?
My sister.
I would have put her in the bed.
Is that your sister, Kathy Dale? Yes.
My sister Terry in Ohio. That was Terry who I talked about called Mommy.
Signs of a stroke. Face.
Yeah. Yes.
You think if
your face does like this,
I wouldn't have thought of it.
You having a stroke, or you also could be having a hangover.
Because I would have just said she don't. Yep. Because it happens so fast.
Well, I mean, it does. Everything happens fast. That's
it was like we were having a little squabble on Saturday morning. Kids in the background screaming. She like, I'm like, listen. So when she first turned to me and said, my mouth is numb, I'm like, would this lady leave me alone? But then the second time, I didn't see her because I had the baby, but I heard it come out so slow. And that's when I jumped and I heard the change quick. And they said your speech changes.
Of course, yeah.
And your mouth started drooping, and so I just laid it down.
And not just the droop, though, but you can just have paralysis in any part of the body, right? Where you just freeze, right? Your hand just stops moving.
That happened to me in theology class in high school. This girl was just sitting in front of me.
You might have
just started talking. Her whole body just fell off.
I was just like, play it, but I couldn't.
Wow.
Couldn't speak and just fell off.
Her face droop.
I just she was talking to me. She had a stroke in class.
She had a stroke. Did she? Was she
was cool. Yeah, she was cool.
Yeah, because they got to it fast enough. That's why it really is a case.
But when you have those kinds of things, you then start having to carry those baby aspirins because aspirin will stop keeps the blood flowing.
Because it literally
stops the blockage.
It literally was like me.
That's for heart attack. You have to chew a baby aspirin.
3 seconds.
Or the nitroglycerin.
Nitroglycerin, right? You're right.
Like that yeah.
And if you get that if you carry a nitroglycerin,
you already know.
You already know, right?
Face, arm, speech, time.
Yep.
Kathy Dale, thank you.
Practice, bro. Imagine being at practice.
Yeah, it was.
That's a fact. That's not a. It's fast.
Yeah, fast.
1 minute. Mingling moment. We got 1 minute, y'all.
Okay.
So look,
as soon as she does her mumble and mingle,
Mumble and mingle.
What I said?
Mumble and mingle. I'm like, what the heck is mumble and mingle?
We're going to do the mingling moment, and then we're going to do
mingling moment.
Yeah. We ain't going to have time for what's going on. I did my work going on.
I'm going to give you your online.
All right, so just look, it's going to come as soon as she finishes talking, and y'all finish talking, and then it's going to go.
He's going to drop you in the row.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, we got 30 seconds.
Adam.
Gina not on him.
I know, because I goofed.
I gotta get Gina her.
We got 25 seconds.
Introducing effective.
What's up, Rocktown? What's up, Reggie, Mr. Q? What's up, Danny?
This ain't just any book.
Hey,
it's your roadmap to running a tight ship while keeping the vibe fun and inclusive. Say bye-bye to those chaos-filled days and hello to smooth sailing with
voicemail now.
Grab your copy now and let's make magic.
And the voicemail now keeps ringing, so you can pick it up and say, here. Excuse me.
It's Monday and it's time for your mingling moment with Gina Lamar.
But of course, it's Gina. Checklist. Last month, we had someone telling us he made a list and checked it twice. Let's keep that same energy. Create your healthy habit lifestyle checklist. For me and my lifestyle, I fast on the 1st, have meatless Mondays, eat raw on Wednesday, and have fish on Friday. Every other day, I'm doing something as I enjoy my new healthy lifestyle. This mingling moment has been brought to you by Robin's Resource Group.
All right.
All right. On my own live.
I just have one question, Gina.
Absolutely.
When you said let's keep that same, did you have to throw up gang signs?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she was gang banging over there. I'm like, okay.
They gang bang for Santa, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he made a list and checked it twice. Keep that energy.
I said East Side crazy over there.
I know, right?
No, I love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're in the
Hi, y'all.
Hey.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You guys, it is Monday. Monday.
You know
I don't know what is going on here, but it is what
I
it
make you
is.
nervous. I had that effect on women.
Oh my goodness. So we're gonna keep all things money and madness, because that right there was madness. So I guess a couple of resources that I want to share with you right quick. The state treasurer is holding more than $5 billion in unclaimed funds for Illinoisans. Now, if you think that you have money, or if you don't think that you have, I want you to go to that state treasurer's office, and that's the https://icash.illinoistreasury.gov. We're going to put this on our social so that you can go and hit the link and see if you have unclaimed money. Some people have actually been able to get unclaimed money and go on trips. Some people have more money than they think, because if it's like insurance money, they couldn't find you, maybe you move. That money just sits in the state treasurer's office. Until you claim it, it is still earning interest for who? Not you, but the state. So also some other good tips is Illinois First Step. Illinois First Steps is helping families jumpstart their college savings with a $50 seed deposit. Children born or adopted on or after January the 1st, 2023 to parents or legal guardians who are residents of Illinois at the time of the birth or the adoption can claim a $50 seed deposit through Bright Start or Bright Directions. Funds can be used for future college, technical, or apprenticeship education. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but $50 if you wait, let's say you pregnant, right? And as soon as that baby is born and you get that $50, you put it, set it, and forget it. By the time that baby is college ready, you got a nice little deposit on your college. Exactly. You got a return on your $50, but you got a nice deposit on your college tuition. So visit Illinois First Steps to learn more about the program and steps to claim that $50 seed deposit for your eligible child. Bright Start 529 college savings. Well, Bright Start is a direct plan that individuals can sign up for and manage on their own. Families can open a Bright Start account by visiting brightstart.com. Spelled just the way I say it, BRIGHT, uppercase, start, START.com. The Bright Start website will help you learn about the basics of the 529 college savings account and provide additional resources and tools that you can start saving for your child's future. A lot of people think, oh, I need a ton of money to send my kid to school. If they don't get scholarships, if they don't get grants, they'll be at the local bakery or gas station, right? That's not necessarily so. Now, college isn't for everybody, but for those who it is for, you have a pathway to pay for college. Save for expenses, achieve greater independence. That's Illinois ABLE accounts make it possible for eligible people with disabilities or different abilities and their families to save and invest for expenses related to living with a disability without losing access to federal means tested benefits such as SSI, SSDI, and Medicaid. Why is that so important? Because there was a time in the not so distant past that if you didn't spend that SSI check, you couldn't save it. Now that has changed. Yes. Earnings and withdrawals are tax-free if they are spent on a broad range of qualified disability expenses, including housing, health, and wellness, education and training, therapy, basic living expenses, and more. Well, we know from our resident disabilities expert, Deborah Vine, that there's a whole different set of opportunities for people with disabilities than there are with people that do not have disabilities. This is huge right here. Being able to save with people who are getting benefits from the government is unprecedented. So hats off to the treasurer and Illinois lawmakers who made that possible. Ill-able account owners will receive SSI benefits exceed the 2,000 asset cap without losing benefits. High quality investment options and that fit your goals and comfort level. Popular checking account options and real-time debit cards. There was a time where you could not have a checking account that was associated with interest bearing. Now that is over. And they get lower fees than regular accounts. So these are great tax benefits. And Illinois taxpayers can make a tax-deductible contribution to ill-able account up to $10,000 for individual filers and $20,000 for filing jointly.
Wow. That's
an awful lot of good information.
That sure was. So listen, Kathy Dale said they have real money. She has claimed a lot of money from the state treasurer. I've gotten a couple of smaller checks.
She sits up all night looking at your stuff. She calls through everybody's name that she knows looking for money. It's my sister. I know exactly.
Me too, Gina.
Well, you know what? There are people out there that do that, and then they called me and said to me, "You got some money," and I'll go get them. One time I got a check for $329.
Do you get them a finder's fee?
No, I tell them thank you.
No, but
they didn't know about the program until I told them about the program. Right, they found their money and they found mine.
Well, that's good, and that Social Security benefit is a great benefit as well, especially for seniors or young people that get Social Security. Because now we can put that money into interest-bearing accounts to make some money. That's an amazing opportunity. Well, you know what? I'm grateful for you and all of those resources. I'm grateful to God for all that he does and continues to do. And I know, just like Lisa Page Brooks, the devil is a liar. Yeah. Don't go nowhere. It's grateful right here on the Brunch Bunch. I was just alley-ooping it to you. I know.
That's why I said you just keep on going.
Kathy, your sister said you still ain't claimed your money.
There's not money that I didn't claim.
She'd have been calling you on the phone, right? Because my niece called.
How about they watching? She said her sister has money from the 80s that she still has not claimed. I don't know if that's you. You better go get it. You don't know. But you know every.
But you know who you are. Thank you for joining.
You know what? You gotta keep looking on that though, because money keep coming. Because it'd be something else pop up.
She's not looking for me. She's looking for herself.
So here's your exclusive topic for social media. So much anxiety.
You know what? I did want to use literature for you.
What are your fears in 2025?
Starting tomorrow, I want to just record myself on YouTube.
The Trump administration.
Yeah, the whole show, so we can pull clips from it.
Put them in the thread so that we can.
So I'm gonna go live on my personal YouTube.
Ideas as to how to quell those fears. That's pretty good.
Yeah, from one of my phones. So do I need to order another case? Stand.
That's right. Let it grow. Let it grow.
So maybe I'll get the. Oh, Gina got the real tripod over there. That's your tripod? Yeah, you know what? Start bringing one for me.
That's a really big tripod. Thanks.
Okay, you can.
I wanted to capture all of you.
Terry say that's her. She's letting it grow. The money.
Look no further than
Money.
Bush Ministries. Tune in every Saturday.
Well, Happy New Year, ladies. I think I may have. No, I ain't text nobody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Touch your heart and transform your life. Bush Ministries.
So I
to my latest new play that I'm
teachings of love and
it's March the 21st and the 22nd at the King College.
8768 to connect directly with their ministry.
What is that?
That's awesome.
Inspiration and updates. Don't forget, tune in this Saturday at 6 p.m.
What's the name of the play?
The Word Network.
The name of the
for
play
a
is
life-changing word.
I don't know how to.
That's a powerful name.
Attention entrepreneurs.
Kathy is educated on this. She said, "Love, it stays the same for you to stay get that money. You better go get that check."
No, you definitely gotta
Terry,
get that
your
money.
check. Get your check.
Get that money.
And all you gotta do is fill out a form, show them proof.
Oh yeah, Maidi is our friend too. Daddy's promise said you were out eating with Maidi.
Yes, I had a wonderful yesterday.
That was yesterday?
Jasper and his wife and Maidi and Dion.
Oh, Dion Williams?
Yes,
Okay.
the New York Fashion Week.
Yeah, he does way more than New York Fashion Week.
Well, right. I know her, but I never do the extent of everything.
Yeah, she's
so we had a random brunch dinner. She's doing amazing.
Where'd you guys have 24-hour care?
So one of our board members, Yoshi, had a event at ETC in Santa Rosa on Wells, a new black-owned spot. And after that, we went to STK. Well, my good friend and twin, Jasper, treated us to dinner.
Did I? Oh, you weren't here. I went to...
Jasper doing all right?
He is doing great.
I went to Pookie's Crack Cake.
Did you go? How did you like it?
I didn't eat any crack cakes.
Because
they were gone.
Oh.
I mean, and so I was in the car and I was like, I heard of that place. I forgot they had been on the show. Super nice people, right? And went in there and got Mitch on the Move lemonade. All that. Baby, that was... I'm going today and get me some more.
Because we were just talking about that. Sharice, that she came by my house. And she said the lemonade, he blow up with the lemonade. That's how I've never had the lemonade.
Because
like,
they don't really like
they don't push it, yeah.
So it's like people are coming up.
Ready to level
up.
Do
you have any more? No, we're done for the day.
Kindergarten classroom
management
strategies for success. This ain't just any book. It's your roadmap to running a tight.
But let me tell you, that Mitch on the Move, that lemonade is all natural. There's no sugar in it, right? But it's sweet and it's good.
What is sweet?
I don't know.
It's sugar.
No, it's not.
It's honey. It's agave.
No, right, but it ain't sugar.
But it's not regular sugar.
Right.
It's a sweetener. But baby, let me tell you something.
Because I use agave.
The best lemonade I ever tasted in my life. And mango, that's my favorite. Hey, I hear you love it.
Yes. It was good. Look, I almost looked. Shed of tears was like he died all over in my living room.
They did reminds them of your name. So I just finished creating my all male only cologne.
Well, I can't wait to get the first bottle.
It smells really good.
How he get it for me?
One.
You're rocking with the brunch bunch. I thought I was waiting on that intro. But listen.
He had a whole intro.
I didn't. Oh, I'm talking to you about all your great things you're doing. But you know what? Now we're going to talk to Shirley and Latricia about all the great things they're doing because it is Money Monday. It is a new year. That means there are probably new interest rates, there are new properties on the market, and new ways to build wealth through real estate. Let's give a warm brunch welcome to Shirley and Latricia.
Yes, happy New Year. This is Latricia May. I am so happy to be here and just happy I made it to 2025.
And this is Shirley Fields. I'm happy to be in the house. Glad to be among beautiful, beautiful believers.
Yes. Well, you know what? We always love Money Monday because now a lot of times people in the last year get antsy because they don't know what to expect in the next year, right? But it's more of the same, leveling up, doing what you do, and making it work.
And one way to level up, definitely, we're in 2025 now. And you always think, okay, if you feel like you got big steps to take in order to get to the next level while you're trying to level up, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So you're going to take one step at a time. And in the keeping with being the change you want to see on your family tree, I thought about Christopher Gardner. I thought about him and how it's all about sometimes you need to change your mindset.
Yeah.
You know, just get out of the mindset of just thinking it's okay to live paycheck to paycheck. So Christopher Gardner, he met a stockbroker and he's seen him in a fancy car. I'm sure everybody's seen this movie, The Pursuit of Happiness. He's seen this guy and he said, how did you buy this car? How do you make so much money? And he told him he was a stockbroker. So can you imagine someone who I think he was selling medical equipment at the time, but he changed his mindset. He was homeless. He went from being homeless. He worked very, very hard. You know, he had his son with him. Just think about what he did every day. A lot of you out there, you're not even homeless, but he went from homeless to being a millionaire. You know, it wasn't hard. It wasn't, easy. It was hard, I'm sure. He did it one day at a time and one step at a time. So if Christopher Gardner can do it, go from being homeless to being a millionaire, just imagine what you can do. You're not homeless.
But let's bring it home. There's someone in your family that's doing great. They have the same mother you have, the same father you have, the same auntie you have,
that's true.
The same grandmothers you have, but they're doing something that you wish you can do. You may not say it out loud, but they're doing something you want to do.
I call them the Jay-Z of their family.
Right. But guess what? If they can do it, you can do it too.
That's the point I'm getting at.
Right.
And God is not a respecter of persons.
Amen.
Because they had the same resources, but it's hit different. You know what I mean?
Yes. Right.
Something you that person is doing so well in their family, it stuck with them. They remembered that, and then they put it into action. You lack because you don't act.
Amen.
Ooh, I like that. You lack because you don't act.
Latricia, can you just break it down to me though? Because I think there are little things that we miss. We hear what you're saying with the big picture, but little things like that. You talk about buying coffee out, things like that. Can I really make a change and buy real estate if I stop buying coffee? But I want you to break it down with little things, because you're right.
Well,
my sister will recycle a coffee grind. My other sister and I want fresh coffee every day. And I'm just using coffee, but like tell it to the regular person.
You have a microwave mentality. Your sister has an oven mentality.
Okay.
She put it in the
and
oven.
stay hot longer.
Right. She put it in the oven. She let it take its time. She put it on 350. She letting it marinate. She letting let the seasoning get in it. She letting it take place. You guys want it right now.
Yes. And Shirley said, y'all tell Latricia, stop putting stuff in the microwave.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice.
That's
right.
an amazing analogy.
That was excellent. That's exactly what we need to hear.
And right. And another thing is, everybody has dreams. You wake up and think about your dreams all the time. Well, a lot of us do. But your dreams, they're valid, but they don't work unless I have a dream, but you put no action towards your dream.
And I'd also like to add to that, when you go to bed at night, think about what your tomorrow is going to be. Have a plan. Have a plan. And if you can, I'm a 5 a.m. girl, because we can get so much done the earlier you get up in the morning. Your thoughts are clear. You're not rushing into your day. You taking your time. You're thinking about your goals. You're thinking about building wealth every single day.
And you're not bothered at 5 o'clock in the morning.
You got more time to get it done if you wake up
your phone's
early.
not ringing.
Right, exactly.
To interrupt that dream.
And another thing, and being the change you want to see on your family tree, I thought to myself, because Christopher Gardner Sr. made those sacrifices. He did what he needed to do so he didn't have to live paycheck to paycheck. So now what is Christopher Gardner doing? How did that help the second generation? So he owns 2 companies, and he is also now a motivational speaker. And Christopher Gardner Sr., how much is he worth? An estimated $60 million. So to go from homeless to being a millionaire.
But talk about it, Latricia. He wasn't just homeless. He had his child. They were washing up in
a bathroom.
Public bathrooms.
Yes.
And gas
Yes.
going
Everybody's
to
seen the
school with the
movie.
same shoes on.
Yes. And you know what? I read that the movie didn't even depict
the essence of the whole story.
Right. It was even worse.
Struggle. Yeah, that struggle was
right.
real.
Right.
But you know what?
Thought it was just the movie.
No,
it's a true story.
Well, you know that adage, art depicts reality, right?
That's right.
And that was real.
It was very real. And
but you know, some people now, because we are in a microwave era, and everybody wants to get rich quick. But if you get rich quick, you get what? Broke quick too.
Just
right. Yeah. You think about all the lottery winners.
Yeah, easy come, easy
no,
go.
No planning, no planning, and they just lose it. So you want to start building generational wealth.
And the best way to start that is you have to have a mind shift. You have to have a shift of your thinking.
Yes.
And if you already have built generational wealth, let's talk about dynasty building.
Okay.
Because
love it.
Literally, you can take wherever you are and think, okay, I've arrived. But is there a next level? Maybe, maybe not. But if it's an inkling of a chance that you can take that legacy to dynasty, let's do it.
You can, and it's just about not getting comfortable. Shirley and I was talking about that, not being comfortable.
And we were just talking about, as we were driving up today, you know, if you have family members, because sometimes you just can't do it alone.
Yeah.
But if it's if there's a brother and a sister and a sister, get yourself a 4-unit building. You guys live in one and rent out the other 2. So that's a start. That's building that legacy. That's building that dynasty. What happens a lot of times, we don't work together.
A lot of times, most of the time. You see other ethnicities, they work
That's what I
together,
was
they
gonna
live in
say.
each other's houses
I didn't
until
want to be that one.
And it's not, it doesn't have to be a permanent situation. Again, you just need to change your mindset. It can just be something for now, just to get you to the next level. Okay, you all do this together, and then you get your building next, and then the other person can get another building. Again, it's building a dynasty. It's a way to continue to build.
I'm going to say that again. I can't stress that enough, what you said. They do and we don't. We have got to learn to work together.
Well, I know it's not Black History Month yet, but I'm going to give a little Black history. They do what we used to do.
What we used to do.
So we need to do like Dr.
Absolutely.
King said, we need to rediscover lost values.
Yes.
And that's living together and building our money and buying the property. And it's easy because all you got to do, if you got a brother or sister that you know you want to buy a 2-flat with, all you got to do is call
Shirley Fields and Latricia May, L&S Development at area code 773-616-0906.
And guess what? They can pre-qualify you both. So if you couldn't qualify for that property on your own, you can qualify with your sibling or your cousin or your best friend. Buy that property.
Or your child.
Or your child. Yeah, because you got some adult kids.
It can be more than 2, more than 3. However you need to do it, but just do it.
So let's talk about that. How many people, because I don't think we've ever talked about that on this show.
We always shift to, you form an LLC. But suppose you don't want to.
But let's say, how many people can go on a loan?
It could be 4. I haven't heard that it couldn't be more than 4, to be honest with you. However many people need to qualify, you all decide. We can just get you on the application.
And let's make it happen.
So does everybody have to have the good credit, or
yes.
everybody got to have the credit score and some income?
Yes.
Okay. They don't take them, put them together, and make an average.
Right.
We don't make. Well, it depends on the program, because we do have a program where it will average the score out, but then most of the programs, whoever has the lowest score, that's the score we're going to use.
The lowest score?
The lowest score. The lowest. So if one person middle score is 650, the other is 620, and the other is 700.
Yeah.
We're
going to go
with the 650?
Yeah, the 650, the lowest score.
Oh, the 620.
No, I didn't say 620. I think I said, you got me confused.
But why is that?
Why the lowest score?
Yeah. Right, and not the middle score.
Because that's the score that they're going to use to determine your grades, the programs, and things you qualify for. That's the score that, unless we do have one program to where we mix the scores and we'll average it off, and that's a conventional program. But for the most part, they'll use the lowest score to determine, your MI charge, your PMI charges, and things like that.
But that's interesting because most people don't understand that, and it will behoove you to say, hey, if you call and Shirley say, well, your income not enough, and you say, well, my mama got good credit and income, and we buying this building together, which my family actually did that. My brother and my mother bought a property together so that my father could buy another property for the family and use his VA credit. So that's strategic thinking.
Right. We had a grandmother and a grandson to buy a property together.
But the money always, if you make 15, you make 25, that's 35, so that's 45, that's 55 here, you making your 10. All together, by the time they finish with us, our income going to be $100,000 a year.
And you can qualify for an even better property.
I
love it. So if somebody's listening right now and they saying, I want to find out if I A, qualify by myself, B, if I don't qualify by myself, let me get a family member, who do they need to call and talk to?
Area code 773-616-0906. Again, that number is area code 773-616-0906.
And another thing is, if your credit is not where it needs to be, we have a Fresh Start program to where we will assist you in getting your scores up. We can get them higher. So if you come in at 580 and you want to be at 640, we have a department that will do a credit analysis and say, hey, pay this card down, or do this or do that, and we'll help you get your scores up. So we won't, and even if you're not ready, we will assist you and advise you what you need to do to get ready.
So 2025, you will thrive.
Amen. But it's up to you.
It's up to you
to keep hope alive. Okay.
Now, I want to delve into this mixed model of blending people together to purchase and have a bigger purchase power. Now, I want to talk about managing risks, though. So, because a lot of times when you go into partnership, in particular with family, it doesn't work out so well.
Okay.
So, but you're still on that mortgage, and you still have rights to do whatever it is you would if you were alone. But how does that play out if you want to dissolve it?
I just had that situation.
Okay.
A mother and a son. As long as your income is good, is up there, and your credit score is there, you can refinance him off. And Latricia can talk more about that.
Yeah, I've done that a lot. I mean, I do divorce buyouts. That's when the couple is separating.
Yeah.
And it's in the divorce decree that this other spouse is keeping the property, but you have to buy the other person out. So what we do, we refinance and the other person comes off. So
and you pay them.
Right.
A buyout is you got to give them some money.
Right. To come off some of the equity out of the property. So another thing is, like Shirley was talking about, if you're a family and you want the other person to come off, again, you refinance and take the other person off. And if there's a buyout agreement, we have domestic buyout agreements. So it's ways to come off a piece of a property. If you have come on the property together and it's like a business, you wanted to dissolve the relationship because for whatever reasons, you can just refinance the other person off.
But my prayer is that doesn't happen.
Yep.
Well, a lot of people stay together because they say, oh, you know what? If I divorce him or if I come out of that situation, then I'm lowering my income. So now you've given people pathways to freedom, not just financial freedom.
Yeah,
right.
And another thing I want to say, in 2024, everybody was thinking, oh my goodness, the interest rates are going to go back to 4%, you know, and it just didn't happen. So I want you all to stop waiting yourselves out of a savings. So the interest rate didn't go down, but guess what went up? Values. So you keep waiting and you're going to be paying more for a property to where you could just be realizing the increase in your wealth.
In those values.
And right.
You would be
earning the
benefiting.
equity. Yeah. Exactly. You would be making money on the equity because everybody I know, values have gone up. In every area, not only taxes, and you saying, well, I don't have to worry about the taxes because I'm a renter. Trust me, if the landlord taxes went up, you're going to be paying those taxes.
We're going up on the rent.
Yeah.
You just don't have to worry about. You just don't have to worry about actually submitting the payment, but you are paying those taxes.
Absolutely. Yes, you will be paying those taxes. Yes. Anytime it's an increase for us, it's going to trickle right on down to you.
I'd like to share this with you guys. I got a call the other day. They said their rent is $900 right now, and they were in tears. They said, because my landlord said that my rent is going up to $1,500. Can he do that?
Yes, he can.
I said, unfortunately, how much notice did he give you? A 2-month notice. Unfortunately, he can.
Yes, he can with 2 months.
Well, that's inspiring.
Really short notice, though.
It depends on the area.
Yeah.
It depends on the area and how long the tenant have been there.
Right.
So if it's anything over a year, it has to be.
I think it's
3 months.
Yeah. It's 3 months.
Yeah.
But 2 months, 3 months, listen, you don't have to worry about that if you own. Because the mortgage company is not changing your mortgage next month. So if you are renting and looking to buy, you need to call the Dream Team, L&S Development at
area code 773-616-0906.
You know what I wanted to talk about just a little bit longer, because people say, oh, you got more equity, but they don't really check it. You can check your equity like you check your credit. If you have a mortgage from a conventional or even secondary lender, they usually have an app, and on that app you can see everything about your loan. I just checked mine, and I saw how my increase in borrowing power because of the increase in value in one of the properties went up. It shocked me, actually.
Right.
And you can track that. And then you can also compare it to like last month's or last year's borrowing power. So if you don't believe Latricia for whatever reason, you can check it on your own for yourself.
And you can even buy property with equity already there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And be sitting on some dope. But you know what?
And pull it out.
You know, I'm excited to know, because when we thinking this should be the message of 2025. My theme for 2025, I'm using words. My word is abundance.
Abundance.
And I told Charmaine this morning, not only is it abundance, I'm choosing abundance. Abundance already chooses us because God promised life and life more abundantly. Most of us don't have abundant lives because we're not choosing to go after abundant lives. And so I'm choosing abundance. And I'm asking you believers to do the same. Choose abundance, start your real estate journey, and call.
Area code 773-616-0906.
Daddy's Promise is asking if you to give your IG information as well.
What's your Instagram?
Oh, Mortgage Lady L. May
like
is my Instagram.
We only live
Shirley
believers.
looks so lost.
For those of you who don't follow us and not are paying attention, we're live on social media so you can see her. The reason we laugh for the radio audience is because Shirley looks so lost when we ask for her Instagram. So in 2025, all you business owners, make sure you're actively engaged on social media and know your handle.
And know your handle, because I do have a handle. Well, let me say this to your senior citizens out there. You can buy properties too, and you can get an Instagram. I have one. I just got to remember it. I'm a senior, y'all.
Well, Letitia, what's your IG?
Mortgage Lady L. May. That is my IG.
I think mine is Phil Shirley Real Estate.
Okay, Fields Shirley Real Estate. Well, you know what? Another request from social media is, can you talk about equity lines of credit?
Just for a second, Shirley's is realestate.shirleyfield.
Did I say that?
On Instagram.
You did not say that.
What is it again?
Realestate.shirleyfield.
Okay, so talking about equity lines of credit in the so those are second mortgages. So a lot of people don't understand that. That is still a second lien on your title. So, but what it is leaving your first mortgage alone, but you can still pull equity out of your property by doing a second mortgage. So that's what a line of credit or a home equity loan, that's what those two things
are. Now, are those easier to obtain because you own the home already, and is it a lower credit requirement for that, or is it the same?
Because anytime a lender is in second lien position, it's a higher risk for the lender, because anytime someone goes into foreclosure, that first mortgage will always be paid first. So your interest rate is going to be higher for a second mortgage, and your credit scores have to be higher in order to qualify for a second mortgage.
So you have to have higher credit
scores, yes, because it's
so what would be the range that a second mortgage could be obtained credit-wise?
You say what are the ranges for
the credit scores?
I would say 670, 680.
Oh, so still not the same.
It's still the same. But the thing I like about a second mortgage, or HELOC as we call them, is because you can use it like a credit card. It always renews itself. Say for instance, you got $100,000 HELOC, a second mortgage HELOC, whatever we want to call it. And you go and spend 50 of it. When you pay the 50 back, you got 100. You back at 100. You can start all over again and just
so it's a recurring line of credit. In other words, sort of.
Yes. It's like a credit
lender
card.
doesn't close it out. Sometimes they close it out.
Can they close it like a credit card?
Yeah, sometimes they do. Yeah.
But if you continuously use it, I'm telling you from experience, it's gonna stay open.
So leave something in there so they don't close it out.
Yeah.
Well, that is good information. But you know what? That's a great pathway to owning property. If you already own property and you like, okay, I got this mortgage. I about to hair of my skin. I got that one. And I probably won't be able to get another.
Right.
But you got a pathway.
Second mortgage.
Right. And another
second mortgage to buy you a bigger unit.
Yeah.
Back to the point you made about a lot of people not understanding how much equity they have in their property. I've been on a lot of refinances, and people are like really surprised, like, oh my God, my appraisal is back, and this is how much my property is worth. So, and there's a lot of situations going on now is because the taxes have increased so much in a lot of different areas, especially the south suburbs, where their mortgage payments have gone up. So a lot of people are refinancing. Oh, and it's another thing. Homeowners insurance companies are price gouging a lot of people. And I've been getting, this one lady came to me, her insurance was $9,800 a year. I said, no, that doesn't make sense. Have you had any claims? She said, no. I got her with somebody. Her payment is only $1,400 a year now. $1,400. So don't just accept what your insurance company is telling you. If you got a notice from them, call other companies. And then her other company came back and said, well, we could have went down. Well, you should have never went up.
Not that how.
Right, not that how. But that's what they're trying to do.
That's a quantum leap.
Right, it was. It was, but I think they did it gradually, and she just didn't know.
She didn't pay attention. And pay attention to what your mortgage is.
Right, and that's what she kept saying. I just didn't know.
And your insurance.
Right, pay attention. When they send those notices, don't think it's okay. Find out why, and find out what you can do to bring it down. Or if you don't, feel free to give me a call. I'll be willing to assist you, go through your mortgage statement with you, and just be able to explain it to you. Or you can call your servicing department, because they can explain it to you too, and you can find out what you need to do to get your mortgage payment down.
What is a servicing department?
Anytime you have a mortgage, your mortgage is serviced by the servicing department. Usually if you have an escrow, they're the ones that hold your taxes and insurance payment, and they make the payments to your taxes for your taxes and insurance, or they the department that handles your mortgage payment.
Where can I find their number at?
Right on your mortgage statement.
And Lord, don't let that insurance lapse and they get forced insurance. Then that's a whole nother ballgame.
That's expensive too.
Yes. So you definitely want to make that phone. where the lender actually puts insurance onto your mortgage because your insurance lapsed or they didn't get the information. But to avoid all of that, all you got to do is call 10 little numbers.
Yes, area code 773-616-0906.
Well, y'all, it's almost time. Well, we're right at time.
Right at time.
But hopefully you guys that are listening in on social media and also those of you believers who are tuned in on the radio, you got a level up experience today for what? Free 99.
Free.
For the free. But we about to be free because we about to be up out of here. But tomorrow, same time, same place. We always want to encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know, a perfect stranger, that you love them. Show someone that you do know how much you love them. Leave with love, land on love. I love you, Action Jackson.
I love you too, Mary Fair.
Believers, we love you.
Baby Eminem, we love you.
Up next is AC Green, and you know we do it all night long right here on Inspiration 1390. Y'all, peace and level up. Woo!
Thank you all so much for listening and watching.
Y'all say bye. Y'all say hi to
Bye.
Thank you all.
All right, we did that again.
Thank you so much, Tony. I appreciate Ohio is snowed in.
Station. This is what I do. Fields. Always here to help you with your real estate dreams. Also, I'm in the future.
Thanks, guys. We truly appreciate
that I'm
you.
about to
Steve,
do.
thank you so much.
Call me 773.
Daddy, appreciate you. Dana,
Had a great time.
much.
Thank you, Linda.
Love you guys. We'll see
Thank
you
you,
tomorrow.
Jerry.
Same
I love
time.
you too.
12 noon.
Doris, I love you too.
Bye, sisters.
God
love
bless
you.
you guys and keep you. Bye bye.
I'll take your
I'll bring them.
Yeah, this is
We
some
take
good
this off. I
information.
don't know how to make it stop.
That was fun today.
That was.
That was great info.
$5 billion.